No cars for sale. Hey Danielle, how are you?
I'm okay, I'm doing alright.
Are you available to talk for a second?
Can you guys give me like 3 minutes?
Sure. Sure.
Phone call would be nice. You guys have my phone. In the future, a phone call would be nice. I'll be back in a minute.
Up next time a phone call would be nice. What's going on, Skylar? Is Andrew around out back?
No, he's not here.
Oh, he's not here?
No.
Okay. Danielle's coming out in a minute. Where are you staying now, Skylar?
Where am I staying? Here, there, everywhere.
Wherever you can.
Mainly.
What's that?
Roger Mills mainly.
You got family out there? Or
No, just close friends.
any bites on your car?
One person's asked about it. So.
Copy that? She'll be out in a minute. We just towed that car last week. Drugs.
We were supposed to get storms last night. I didn't get any.
I didn't get anything in my house. Nope. Some coming tonight. At least some rain anyway. I don't know about storm. My mom's yesterday. Oof.
Those are big trees.
It's the roof of a house out in the road. Trees uprooted galore. Mess. Hey Danielle.
Hi. Sorry for intruding in the past or coming by. We wanted to resolve and try to get moving forward on some of these issues that we have. So we've looked into and investigated just some of the allegations and what we have, and we keep getting more calls and more situations that are
So what's your purpose here today, exactly?
to try to get some kind of resolve so we can
Okay.
not make this.
I don't
escalate.
feel comfortable with this conversation going on right here right now.
So-
Unfortunately, like this is not okay.
Okay.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not.
Yeah, nobody's no lawyers.
You got a lawyer right there.
Well, I just want you addressed him at the common council meeting
He
to
addressed
ask
me.
or do it.
He addressed me.
Okay, he addressed you to try to get some kind of resolve. We're here to try to make some kind of resolve with it, but we
Can
see
we
the li-
schedule? Can we
we
schedule?
see
an
the light
appointment?
back on. The light back on.
Yeah, the
next
light's
door.
allowed to be on. It's not.
shining
It's not
right
on.
at the thing.
No, it's an outdoor light.
It's on right now. It's
Sir,
shining.
sir, the light over there at the school shines into her window all the time. So I don't understand why my light is of concern. It's ridiculous, and that's why I'm telling you right now, let's schedule a meeting. Let's respond to Danielle's email. Schedule a meeting, and I will bring representation with me to talk to you about it. But right now, no one is living in my garage. I have friends over. That's about it.
Nobody's making accusation. I'm just saying the
But
light
what
is
light?
becoming. The light is shining.
Which
in the,
light?
The one on the
Specifically.
side light that's on right now.
The side, like the side door light.
Yeah, the one that's hanging and pointing in that direction. Is routinely being turned on as soon as she gets home at night.
I know that they've been working on his car at nighttime, so when he's been here.
We talked
so.
about the same ones we talked about.
No,
before.
we will
Running
not
the-
do this. We will not do this.
Running the
I'm sorry,
compressor,
but
doing
like
that.
I said, let's set up a meeting. Let's set up a meeting to go over this because
Well-
I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable.
That's
You guys are
understood.
bugging me in the middle of the day, like you guys didn't even give me a call.
Okay,
like-
I understand that.
yeah,
We're just
so-
going to escalate this to the next level when we have situations. We can't be wasting our resources.
What?
treating
Yeah,
you.
I already
So-
said that. I already said that, and that's why I really need you guys to pay attention to my email that I've sent, that I have recapped every single thing.
And we-
All right? I have recapped every single thing.
We've answered
Yeah.
all those
No, you haven't.
items. So
No, you haven't. Are you kidding me?
But-
Would you like me to pull it up right now,
you
sir?
can
Would you like me
do
to
what
pull it
you
up right
have
now?
to do what you have to do, but I'm going to tell you
No,
we're
I
moving
want,
forward.
like, moving forward with what? What is the complaint?
What-
Are you going to write me
whatever the complaints are.
Are you
We're
going to
not
write me a ticket for the light right now? Or is that a code violation? What is the issue?
I think that what the mayor's trying to say, when a complaint comes in, whether it's the ones that you've mentioned or ones that anybody, like they have to be investigated, right?
Yeah, okay, so
someone calls.
when did, okay, so you're
I'm just
coming
saying
here to tell me by the
generally.
police that my light is shining too brightly today, and that light's been there for how
I'm
long?
just here because we have a good relationship, and
We do?
and it's
I'm
Well,
sorry, but
we're-
I think we're on the wrong page here, guys. I am not okay with the responses that you guys have given me. It's very clear in my email that you guys have not responded to me, right? So if you look at my email, you'll see that I'm not resolved. I have no resolution on this. I am still awaiting responses to my questions. Very specific questions that you have yet to answer. So, again, why don't I have the answers to these questions? Why? Do you feel that you don't need to answer me?
I feel that we have answered.
No, you haven't. You haven't. Then respond to the email saying we've answered you. Because you haven't even done that. You haven't even responded to the email.
I guess what specific question? I know the questions that you asked me, we took care of. You were questioning the camera being on or off, and it was on. And other than that, as far as from the police side of things, I know there's some code issues, which I think were
My open
at least
questions-
resolved when we were
They're
here.
abstained.
I mean, that's
They're abstained. What's the difference between that and appealed? Because originally I was told that they were appealed because I had to appeal them because you guys came out to my house.
I
and-
said I
and told-
looked at them and I said,
Yeah, but
"Take
they
care
shouldn't
of
have
it."
been made in the first place. They shouldn't have been made in the first place, and that's the part that I'm waiting response on. Like, why was it said in the first place that someone was living in my garage without anyone going into the garage to even investigate? Why? That's out of protocol, like, right? Like, if you looked up any code enforcement's protocol on how they investigate whether or not someone's living in a building, what would they do? Would they have a checklist? Did you have a checklist when you came into my building, into my garage, to check and see whether or not someone was living there? No, you did not. So, what I'm asking for are very clear indications as to why on earth someone would accuse us of having someone live in our garage.
That was a complaint.
It was a
followed
complaint,
through.
but it wasn't investigated
They,
properly.
they followed through. with
No,
the
we're not going
complaint.
to talk
They
about
have
this
the
right now. You've already
access.
kind
Just
of.
answering your question again.
No, you didn't answer my question. My question is in the email, and I wanted the specific protocol. I want the procedures the documented procedures on how that actually gets investigated, along with any checklists that are available that, to me, would seem important as part of an investigation. You have a very systematic way of going about investigating.
since
things
we're
like
here,
this,
it's not a
correct?
police issue, but I mean, I can answer that question. All right, maybe you can answer the
Well, it's
question.
code enforcement that actually made the notice
Okay.
of violation,
Well-
so I don't really understand how that works.
Well, can I ask a question?
Let's hold on a second, because I'm going to pull the email.
Okay.
Because I had very pointed questions, and you guys like to do this, where you like overstep the agenda that like I make up, right? And you like to talk badly about me in front of my dad and show my dad pictures that you did not include in the report to me.
Talk badly about it.
And I have pictures of that, so.
Talk badly about it.
You threatened my dad.
You threatened him?
Yeah, my dad asked you, he said you wanted his daughter protected. You said that you would give me all the resources necessary for me to sell my house. When did I ever say I wanted to sell my
That's
house?
not how the conversation.
That is though. I have it in text message from my dad. And I actually emailed you for confirmation. You said nothing. You said nothing to it. You didn't deny it. And it's been out there for over a month. It's been out there for over a month, I'm sorry.
We offered to help in any way we could. You were there.
No,
That was the
you want me to
conversation.
sell my house. For some reason, these people I think want my
That's not
house.
That's the case.
Yeah. So, again, I don't know why you guys thought you would come out here. Obviously, you want me to get angry. You want me to...
No.
Yeah, seriously, you
I
do.
just wanna- I wanna
Otherwise, you would have
respond.
called me, set up a meeting, and had a conversation with me. This right here is intimidation. It's intimidation.
No,
And I'm not going to stand for it. So,
My door's always open, just like we
I
spoke
get
about
that. And
last
like I said,
If you
I said
want-
I did not feel comfortable talking to you unless I had legal representation.
and I totally understand.
So that's
that.
what I'm working on right now, actually.
Okay. And if you're
That's what you guys have
indicating to us that
interrupted
you
me
have
to do.
legal representation, you should have that person contact me. All right.
I know.
So is that your intent?
At this point, yeah.
But you want us to continue to have this conversation without that legal representation now? And you want us
No,
to
I
explore
don't.
this
I don't.
email?
I really don't, because I feel that you guys, number one, if you wanted to resolve something, why didn't I get an email saying, hey, we would like to talk to you about this at minimum? I haven't seen that email come through. Why not even do that? Why not you know, be transparent, respond to the email.
Well, I think that's the purpose of coming over here today, is try to get to the bottom.
Transparency
of
is
your
written in
concern.
documentation, sir. Transparency is always written in documentation. We all know that. Correct? If it's not written down, it didn't happen. Yes, we do know that.
I don't appreciate you speaking on my behalf. I don't
I'm
know
just
if you
saying
know
in
that.
general. In general,
Pretty
like,
blanket.
It's transparent. There's a video of the conversations that we're having. That's pretty clear.
yeah, and I'm gonna come off as, oh, she's aggressive, right? Yeah,
I'm not
I know
aggressive.
exactly why you guys came here. I know exactly why. The undertone is what? What? Danielle is
Just to
aggravated
try
and
and
angry.
resolve some of the issues.
I wanted no.
Turn the light off,
I tried to do
turn
that,
the
but you
compressor
talked
off.
poorly. You ruined my
talked
relationship
poorly
with my
about
dad.
it.
You
You
did.
talked poorly.
You did. You
I
did.
offered to help any way I could.
No, you didn't, sir. It's my
Provided you
home.
the-
I'm the one that bought the house. You talked to my father directly instead of talking directly to me that day.
Talked to you. I was
No,
there.
you didn't. You
were
acted
there.
like you didn't even know me, sir. When you came up here,
Talked
yeah,
to
I
you.
think we've met before. Maybe we've met before. I'm not really sure.
Talked
Even
to
though
you.
I shook your hand on that Monday. So yeah, your words to me are like they're lies. They're lies. Constant lies. Like, and I'm not okay with it. And I'm not going to stand for it. I told you guys I've already gone through workplace discrimination. This feels very much like that.
Nothing
You guys got
worse.
your corporation counsel here, you know? Like, so yeah. What did I have to talk to at work? Corporation counsel. So yeah, very familiar steps here. I'm not stupid. Okay? I'm not stupid. And I'm really disappointed in the fact that you guys wouldn't just respond to my email and say, hey, we would like to have a further discussion to resolve this, and allow me the opportunity to be prepared to have that discussion instead of coming to my door in the middle of the day. Okay?
I think you misinterpret my presence here. I'm here to see if I can offer some sort of resolution or help assist.
The
in that.
resolution is to please set up a meeting. Okay? That's really like where I would see the next steps
If you're
being.
indicating to us right now that you have legal representation, with
I don't
respect to
have
this,
legal representation. I'm looking for legal representation. That is what I'm in the process of doing.
Well, if that's your intent, ma'am, please have them contact me, because
I
I don't
will.
want to put you in a position to feel.
I feel threatened at this point.
Well, I
Yeah.
understood. But what I'm saying is, if that's your indication that you want that legal representation, which you're obviously entitled to, I believe in that.
I'm not a lawyer and I don't feel comfortable
No, and I
talking
get
through
it,
this
but
stuff.
I don't want conversations to continue or us to respond if you're holding yourself out as, and that's your motive. That's what you're going to do, because I don't want to have to back you in a corner, respond, and things get misinterpreted even further when it is your intent to secure legal representation to handle those things for you. Because words are going to get twisted. Like it seems like they already have.
Have you read the emails?
Today.
Have you read the emails?
I'm not going to, because you've
Okay.
made indications that you want legal representation,
Yeah.
I don't think it's appropriate
I got
for
you.
me to weigh in.
I got
right?
you. Okay. Yep.
And I think your lawyer would feel that way as
Yeah.
well.
Okay. Thank you. I do appreciate that.
In the meantime, I think it's important to understand whether it's this house or that house or someone across the street. If a complaint comes in to code enforcement or the police department or whatever the case may be, whatever the level of that complaint is, it has to be.
I get it, but the thing that can be
Respond
investigated
to.
too is the fact that the accusations are continually false and have no merit to them. That to me is cause for concern. And I've been told by Police Chief Sandy, I believe you said this as well, well, you know, if we see it happening 10, 15 times, right? Last week you said this, then, you know, then we're going to go after that person and charge them. I haven't seen that happen. And if I look at the police reports, I made a call on April 30th saying I was feeling as though I've been harassed because I've had several complaints made against me. And I had to say, I absolutely want this formally documented. I even complained to Roy Everett last year in 2 years ago now, right? 2022, October of 2022. I complained to him and said, hey, you know, is there anything in place to mitigate the risk that neighbors are making false complaints? Because the false complaint we got then was about a junk car in the driveway that had been licensed, registered, and insured. So, I got no response to that. And so when I say I feel like I'm being harassed, everyone tells me there's nothing they can do. On a harassment report made on May 6th, false harassment complaint too, because I have the video to prove that, it said to the neighbors, continue reporting all incidents. I didn't get that feedback. My neighbors did. Why? I have to ask why.
Have you continued to report any and all incidents, regardless?
Me?
Yeah.
As much as I can. I don't really know what's an incident versus what's not an incident now, because, you know, I have police driving by my house once in a while. You know, I say hi, they don't say hi back. They just sit there and stand at the stop sign. Like, Do you think I would feel comfortable with this? No, I don't. I don't feel comfortable. I feel like I don't belong anywhere right now. I feel like I should move, but I don't have the means to move right now. Okay?
We're not here to push you out. We're not here to. We just want to resolve a neighborhood issue in the least intrusive way possible. And, you know, having us stop by to maybe talk about some of them. I was hoping Andrew would be here so we could talk with him
he's
about
busy
some
helping
of
his
it.
grandmother. I'm sorry, but you guys, like I said, if you called or set up a time to meet, then we can be there to meet. If you were hoping Andrew was here, that's how you would do
You're
that.
willing to do to have Andrew yourself, and I know you're talking about legal representation.
Can I have a community member come with us if I can't find legal representation at this point?
Sure.
Sure.
Let's see why not.
All right. Community advocate.
Yeah,
right.
I think that'd be great. Have you reached out to the mediator? I don't know if they would be involved, interested
I
in that.
haven't
Or...
because I don't trust. I don't have any trust in that process right now, and I wanted to talk to a lawyer before I do that.
Okay.
Because you know,
I think it's worth a phone call. Like to it. Have you attempted to?
I lost the paperwork, to be honest.
Okay. You can, if you Google, that's all I did.
What's the name of the place again?
I Googled mediator in Cortland.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
I think it's New Justice.
New Justice.
New Justice is I think they operate out of the county courthouse.
Yep.
They do a lot of like family law disputes and stuff like that.
But they also
trained
handle-
mediators.
yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I get that. I get that for the neighbors, but you know, I think one of my open questions too, you'll find in the email, is what about this? Because this feels uncomfortable.
Well,
right?
like you and I talked about last week, like when it gets to my desk,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have to get involved because I'm not intimately involved on that ground level, and once it comes to my attention, I'm not gonna sweep it under the rug, right? I want to come find out what's going on. I want to find out whether, like, what's going on with this neighbor, and what's going on from your perspective too. How else are we going to figure out and get to the bottom of it without having all those perspectives? And that's all I'm here.
I get
for.
that.
I asked the
I
mayor.
get that.
I asked the mayor to facilitate this because I thought we could get some information, and that's my fault. It makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're
Because
just.
that's really all I want.
My problem
Give
is
me the
I
facts.
know that I don't have any malice against you or anybody else, and we're just trying to make sure that you're treated fairly and everything's done fairly. That's my own intent. So I apologize you took it more than being aggressive or anything.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just a kind of a get her done guy. Let's get it resolved, just like we talked about before. They're simple asks. Just take down the light. Let's not how do we stop this feuds from happening and continuing on, and just that's my only mission.
This
my
past
only
weekend,
motive,
we had the cops
and I have a
call.
lot
They
of
said
other
that someone
things.
was shooting up in our backyard, and no one was.
There's
No one was. No one was at
there's
all.
a photograph of that.
There's evidence.
Oh, we
Yeah.
have evidence too. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
So we have evidence, and they even walked out here and showed their wrist to the police officer.
Oh, yeah, that's a perfect example from,
Like-
from where I'm sitting. Like if someone calls in and says like welfare, whatever the case
Yeah.
was, like
know?
wouldn't you want them to make sure that someone's okay?
Absolutely,
Whether
yeah.
it's true, whether it's accurate or not. That's that's
Yes.
their job to do. They got to show up
Yes.
and make sure that.
Yeah, we want to make sure that people are okay. I mean,
That's not my point right now.
No, I know.
That's not my point right now, guys.
That as an example, right? Like,
But then
That's
then
not my
then
point.
I
then
don't
we
want
see
cops
the
not to respond.
No, I've already said to you guys several times, I understand that you guys have to respond whenever a complaint is made, and I'm okay with that.
Sure.
What I'm not okay with is the fact that it doesn't appear to me that anyone is investigating the fact that I've said, hey, there have been several calls and complaints to my house with nothing being found, right? And on
It's
top
not
of it,
that nothing's
nope,
being
not done
found,
talking. Not done.
it means
I'm
that-
not done talking.
Okay.
With no actual violations being made. Okay? With no actual violations being made. And instead I'm getting tickets about the car on my front lawn when the truck that delivered the dump truck was right there. Like I have video of it. Very clear video of it. And the word of Roy Everett from 2022 telling me that, whenever there's an infraction, we knock on the door first. They didn't even knock on the door. He snuck up and stuck a ticket on the car. So when I'm telling you, hey, look, something seems amiss here, it doesn't seem like you guys are even investigating what may be amiss.
Well, that's exactly why I wanted to come talk to you.
So
to
that's-
get that information, to do that.
You guys have it. You guys have it. You have it. I filed my own FOIL reports, right? If
Yeah.
you look at that stuff,
I've seen it.
And I investigated even the most recent one with a, welfare check, and we have substantial evidence that shows it happening. So I have photo evidence.
I have video evidence of them on my back porch because I have video surveillance all around my house, all around
You
it.
can watch the
Complete-
video.
I have,
think you'll
I
find
have.
to the point that
I have watched it. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys, I know how you feel about homeless people. I know how you do.
That's not true.
It is.
You don't
It is
know.
very true.
We were working so diligently hard.
No, you were not. You were not. You
Talk to
did.
him.
You
Talk to
told.
him.
You wouldn't even share your notes about the meeting that was had. I asked you directly when I was in code enforcement's office getting my FOIL requested. I actually asked you, how did that meeting go? You said, oh, it was a hot mess. I asked you how many people showed. You told me
Oh, I was
75.
at the college. I haven't.
You actually told me then.
I haven't.
Okay, this conversation is done because I don't like to be lied to and I don't like to be gaslit. So, please reach out to me via email. We'll set up a time to have a conversation because I'm tired of this. I'm tired, and I don't have the energy to keep doing this.
In the meantime, again, this is just coming to my desk, but like, this thing about the light. Are you aware of what this issue is? Is there a possibility that there could be a misunderstanding about a light shining through someone's window? I don't know. Is it over here? I don't know.
It might. He just told me it was right
it's
here.
this light that's angled this direction.
Okay.
That's all that is.
Okay. Well, I'll have Andrew look at it when he gets home.
I mean,
It's just they bend.
from
It's
your
kind of those
perspective,
adjustable.
to put yourself in somebody else's. I don't know.
I know how to be very empathetic, so I get it. I get it.
Like,
I get
just
it.
take
I
a
didn't
look
know.
and see if it like.
I don't.
Okay,
I
maybe
literally
that is a problem.
like. I don't know how to tell you. Like I have fear of spiders. So like me being outside is like a big old no. Like I just killed one in the house. Like I don't do it. Right.
I mean, the goal is here
yeah.
that you can. And again,
Yeah.
if it's over here, like, you don't want to have this confrontational relationship.
I don't. And I really don't want to have people's cameras on my house either.
Right. So
Yeah.
how do we get around that?
Exactly. Because I was told the cameras were taken out of the windows.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're saying that there's
I was
no
told
light
the
problem
cameras.
and someone else is saying that there is.
I was told the cameras
take a
were
look
taken
at
out of
it.
the windows. But I also know
All
that
right,
I.
so
yeah,
you said
yeah.
this conversation's over a handful
Yep.
of times. Is that how you feel?
Right now, yes, I said I would like you to set up a meeting if you would like to have a
What's
discussion
your
to resolve.
availability?
So I have to talk to Andrew because he said he wanted Andrew to be involved
I
in the
think it would just be
conversation,
helpful to have all the players sitting at one table so we don't have to communicate, like, play the telephone game, things get lost in translation, right?
right? They absolutely do, and that's why I write everything down.
Okay. Well,
So
I'd like to get to the bottom of this sooner rather than later. Do you have time this week or early next week?
I'd probably say early next week would be better at this point. We've had a busy week this week. I'm already exhausted, and I'm frustrated.
In
It's hot,
the
so-
meantime, I'm just throwing this out there. If there's a possibility that some of these things that give rise to whether they're empty complaints, whether they're substantiated complaints, do me a favor. Sounds like you want to move on from this. Take a look at that light. Take a look at the compressor.
I will,
Listen
but
to
this is
the
my
better.
first. The
If you
compressor,
can
really?
If you can
Like,
imagine that
the
that's driving
compressor?
somebody nuts, like that's what I'm just reading on paperwork.
I haven't even heard that one yet.
All right. Well,
Wow.
if it's operating in the middle of the night, that's probably
No,
a thing.
there's a noise ordinance. We don't operate anything after the noise
Okay.
ordinance, right?
I don't know what's going on. I'm just.
Is
telling
there a
you-
time frame? Because seriously, like there is a noise ordinance that believe me, I have read the code like backwards and forwards because I am terrified of you guys bugging the heck out of me. All right?
Bugging you?
Yeah, because every little thing that I seem to do. Meanwhile, look across the street. Look at what's on the front lawn over there. Look over there. Take a look.
The
Trailer.
shrubs?
The trailer on the front lawn, not supposed to be there, correct? Yes, according to the Cortland code, not supposed to be there. But it's been there for months. It's always been there.
Okay.
Do you see me calling and complaining and trying to get those people in trouble? No, you don't. Because why? Because I care to be an okay kind of neighbor.
If
You know?
If you did, we would take care of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm
Yeah, if you
asking.
did.
That's what I'm asking
You know who actually reported the car on my lawn?
I don't.
Derek did. I have the FOIL report from that. Derek did. Whose house is across the street from Derek's? Whose house is across the street?
I don't know.
You see,
idea.
you see the trailer that's directly across the street from him all the time, right? So if he felt the need to go ahead and call a complaint about my car being parked on my lawn for 5 minutes while I had a dump truck pull it in, but he doesn't feel the need to call it on that, I call that discrimination. That is disparate treatment right there.
Well, I think
Yeah, disparate treatment. It's been there
I'm
for
not
months.
gonna
You can't even say
count.
anything. Like, don't lie to me because it's in the code. I've seen it, right? Like if I were to
Are
park,
you referring to the front yard residential parking?
yeah,
Okay, that doesn't fall within that.
it does.
See,
Would you like me to pull it up?
You
sir?
know, you're asking to have legal representation. You're making
Yeah,
legal
I'm not gonna-
conclusions about
yeah.
things like
No, what I'm saying- what I am saying- what I'm saying-
Just because you say it doesn't mean it's the gospel, right? Doesn't mean that's the
just
legal
like you
scheme.
got it. Like, no,
I spent
but
a lot
I
of
do
time
know.
to figure that stuff out, and
Yeah,
since
I
this
know.
conversation's
I know. I wish
over,
I went to school.
I don't know
I wish
what
I
you
was
want us
to
to
be a
do at this
lawyer.
point.
At this point, I already told you.
I'm getting a little frustrated with you accusing
Okay.
people of lying.
I'm sorry, but I
Drawing your
have
own
it. I have
conclusions.
it on my video. What does video lie? Does video lie?
No, I'd love to see
I
it.
think it's.
I
it's a
told you, you're not going to see it
misinterpretation
until I
lot
get a
of
lawyer.
times. Okay, get a lawyer.
Not, you're not going to see it. Like, you guys are bullying me. You're pushing me
I'm
into
not
a corner.
bullying you.
You are. Conversation
You're
over.
being
I'll make sure the light's taken down. And
Thank you, Daniel.
as far as the compressor goes, we don't run it after the noise ordinance, which
Great.
I believe is 10 o'clock during the weekday, 11 o'clock on the weekends, correct?
You know what? I don't
You
have
guys
the
don't
code
know.
memorized.
All right.
Have a good day.